All right, so you ready to roll with this?
Yeah, let's fucking give it a go.
All right.
Let me clear my throat.
What do you think? This is the 90s? Fucking DJ Cool shit or something?
This is the Hype Podcast. I'm the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
We're kicking it with you every single week right here on the Hype. And as always, we got a fantastic show for you today.
Is it really fantastic? I mean, what makes something fantastic?
The fact that the host with no name and Oh So Fresh are up in your ears right now.
Why do you sound like Macho Man Randy Savage?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Sunday.
Coming up on the 5 Minutes of Funk, we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Go figure. We're going to talk about Donald Trump. Go figure. We're going to talk about people getting punched at movies and construction workers up north that need to get it together. But before we get into all of that, make sure you check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Hype.
I was on there.
On the Hype line.
I was on the Facebook. Oh, sorry. The Hype line?
776-0167. I was letting you interject right there.
Okay, so
in between the numbers.
Okay, so it's 503-776-0167. I was on our Facebook page yesterday, and we got a like. And somebody actually commented, thanks for listening to the show and pointing out some detail that actually happened in the show. I would like to send a shout out to our Facebook page manager, wherever he may be, and tell him, hey, thanks for doing such a bang up fucking job. Hey, our social media manager is fucking awesome. I mean, I don't know. Hey, what state are you in right now?
Me, I actually don't know. I'm somewhere in between, like, Texas and a tornado. So.
Okay, somewhere between Texas and a tornado, our social media manager, I'm saying fuck his life. Anyway, so it's been a long week. I don't know how you're feeling right now.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
It's been a long 2 weeks?
Like a very long 2 weeks, yes.
Were you, did you go on vacation or something? Are you in Tahiti?
No, I went back to work from vacation. Like, people don't really know this, but when I'm in town, like when I'm home, that's basically my vacation.
Oh, that's your vacation. So you take a few vacations. Got that?
A few, yeah. I work a solid 3, maybe 4 months out of the year.
Oh, got that flex time. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you attempt to run your own business. I think if I worked more, I'd be more successful. But ain't nobody got time for that. So.
I work every goddamn day like a fucking dog. I swear to God, one day they'll just take me out back and fucking shoot me. This motherfucker. I don't even know what goddamn day it is. I'm lucky I made it to this motherfucker podcast.
Let me tell you, that'd be the way to go, though.
But to the listeners, I am very happy to be here with you.
And we're happy you're here, because if not, I'd just be talking to my fucking self in a van.
Oh, that sounds like normal.
Yeah.
We're talking about a motherfucker that watches TV while he drives. And I'm not saying like on long stretches. I'm talking about when you're driving down the street. Let's go to the mini mart. This motherfucker is going to throw on an episode of fucking CSI to watch while you're driving down the goddamn street. And I trust this man. But I'm not sure if I trust this man that fucking much.
Dude, really? You're really just going to put my fucking business out there on our radio show that I drive down the street watching fucking CSI when I'm going to the mini mart? That is completely false and unfactual. Hey. I watch King of the Hill episodes because they are much shorter than CSI.
Oh, you can't mess with King of the Hill.
You didn't even tell me King of the Hill was that fucking funny.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking tripping. Hold on, I gotta go.
I started...
Real fucking bomb for King of the Hill.
I started from the very beginning, the pilot episode, and I was just fucking driving away, and I heard a joke that they made, or like some sort of reference, and I fucking started laughing from my soul. I was like, I did not know that shit was this fucking funny.
That boy ain't right. No, there's a classic episode where they're all pretty fucking classic, but there's an episode where he meets George Bush, and George Bush has a weak handshake, And he fucking loses his mind because Hank Hill is a straight hardcore fucking Republican, very excited to meet goddamn George Bush. And he shakes his hand. He's like, he has a weak handshake. I don't know if I can vote for this guy. Just some of the most hardcore shit. Now I gotta tell you, like, I'm kind of trippy like Hank. Where I got issues too, and I had an issue with personal space last night. So I'm sitting there. I'm up in lovely Longview, Washington, and let me tell you, the freaks do come out at night. Because when I was getting gas at the AM PM after the show, there were a lot of fucking freaky shit going on. I think there was about 5 teeth between those 10 motherfuckers. Anyway, so I'm in the fucking club. I'm chilling, doing my DJ thing. People are dancing. They're having a good time. ABC. This chick, girl, I don't know what her flavor is, and I don't know what she declares to be, but she runs up on me, and we make a very small space, so you can't really come behind the DJ booth. Well, she comes behind the DJ booth and gets way too fucking close, so I slightly remove her with my hand, and I said, "Hey, I need you to move back beyond the little barrier here." Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I need you to move over there. I said, I'll gladly do whatever the fuck you need me to do after you move over there. Bitch starts saying, you're weird. Yeah, I'm going to call you a bitch, even though I don't know what gender you claim. I mean, bitch starts saying, you're fucking weird. And I said, bitch, hell yeah, I'm hella fucking weird. I'm super fucking weird. Now get the fuck away from me. Because I'm like, I see UFOs, bitch. I see all sorts of shit going on. Yeah, I see dead people. I'm super fucking weird. The only thing you can do for this weird motherfucker is get the fuck out of my personal space before I really get weird on you. And you know what? I don't know what gender you're claiming today, but if you're claiming to be a boy, I'm about to dot your goddamn eye. So get the fuck back.
What did she want?
I don't know. I guess she's a local rapper in Longview. Damn. Shit. Talk about being sheriff of a small town. Woo! I mean, the fucking Roscoe Pico train of rappers of this goddamn town tried to come up and tell me what the fuck it like.
Did she, was she mildly attractive?
No, it wasn't that mildly attractive, and even if I was into boy-looking girls. Oh no, but the other thing, Longview is an amazing place. I'm gonna get through this real quick because we got a lot of stuff to get to. But 2 other quick incidents. Let me run them down. First off, this guy is sitting close to the booth and kind of waves $1 toward me, and I'm like, whatever the fuck. What do you mean? And then he finally works his way up to the booth. And I said, let me tell you one thing, buddy. I'm not no goddamn waiter. If you want to hear a fucking song, you step up to the booth. And $1 don't really do shit for me. So let me tell you, what do you need? I mean, let's come up with it. He apologized and whatever. The funny part is you're apologizing because you didn't get away with it. If I would have walked over there like a good fucking jigaboo and picked up the $1 and did a fucking tap dance, you'd have been all good with that. I don't know. Last but not least, this girl comes up to me and she says, what year were you born? I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant. I'd shaved that day, so I was looking dapper and young. So I was like, fuck that. Oh, fuck it. I gave the real year. And then she's like, oh, well, I need the kind of song that would make you want to get fucked in the ass. And she kind of touched my butt.
She did not say that to you. She did not say that.
She did. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about that, so you're going to have to pick your own goddamn song.
Now, look, okay. Did she have some junk in the trunk, as it were? Did you look?
No, she implied me getting fucked in the ass. And then she started getting real kissy.
Oh!
Yeah, that's where you missed it. Another bomb for that. Yeah. I was like, no applause. Sorry. I don't, like she said, yeah. So, I need a good song to get that you want to get fucked in the ass to. She implied that. I don't know if I said it right, but she said it in a sense that a song I would like to listen to while I was getting fucked in the ass. I was like, I don't know that song. What's that old joke? What's that old joke? 90% of men sing in the shower, the other 10% masturbate. What song do you sing? Some kind of shit like that. Anyway.
Well, that is certainly an amount of junk in your trunk. But also, let's get into the 5 minutes of funk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
First up in the world of sports, bad news for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Thompson are questionable for Game 1 during the Rockets. But I gotta know, Oso, who do you want to see go to the finals out of the teams that are left?
Well, first and foremost, I like to see Team Light Skin take a little bit of an L because they were kind of high and mighty. But for me, the Blazers are going to make it. And I think the Blazers are going to do it. I mean, if those dudes, like, I'm not hoping for anybody to be hurt, but if motherfuckers are going to be hurt, shit, Portland's all in. And
now's the time.
Now is our one chance. Shit, before somebody else gets hurt on our team. I mean,
who do you think is going to face us in the finals if we make it?
I like Milwaukee. Giannis is a beast, and I like Toronto. Well, I know it's going to be Milwaukee or Toronto, but I like Giannis. That big Greek motherfucker. He can barely speak English. I mean, yogurt's Greek, isn't it? So you can say yogurt. I wish the dude would just say yogurt. I watched a fucking commercial with him trying to tell me about getting some fucking phone service, and I was like, you should step up and learn English. You make a lot of money, my friend.
Next up, in politics, Donald Trump doubles down on the Second Amendment and stands firm. Oso, what do you have to say?
So he doubled down on the Second Amendment thing because you were telling me some story about somebody broke in this lady's house or whatever. So what he did that I noticed was he pulled out of the United Nations Arms Treaty, which limits the kind of guns, tanks, and firearms we can all trade around with any country. You know, like referring to the Avengers, like Tony Stark was just selling all sorts of crazy shit to whatever fucking terrorists they wanted to. It's kind of like that. I mean, I'm not a pro-Trump guy, but that's kind of crazy, man. But he said...
and he also came out and said that we are the gold standard for arms dealings around the world, and they should model their trade deals after us.
Hey, we're the gold standard for having guns, that's for sure. But he said, but what he said when he signed this, he said, pulling out his pen on stage, that he would like to take back the Obama administration's signature on the behalf of the U.S. So he's taking our name off this treaty. Like, you know what? We signed up for Pop Warner football, but no, you know what? Lil Jamal says he doesn't want to do it anymore. So we're gonna take him. We're just gonna take our signature back. So
you're saying that Trump's pullout game is strong.
His pullout game is strong.
Next up in entertainment, speaking of Tony Stark, a young man sparked a lot of controversy in a movie theater lobby by shouting Avengers Endgame spoilers. And what did he get for his troubles? He got his ass beat. That's what.
So check this out. You're going into the movie, and somebody busts out, and while they're walking out the movie, they just start telling you the ending of the movie. I mean, it's like, yeah. I don't know. It's like they're telling you like people are going to die. You know what I'm saying?
That warrants an ass whooping, I feel like.
Especially because everybody's hyped about Endgame. I have not seen Endgame myself, but you have. And I said that I would drive across the country and hurt you. Now, I saw another... if you gave me any spoilers. Now, I saw another incident where this dude's sitting there in the classroom. I mean, this shit just came out Thursday night, but they're sitting there in the classroom, and the dude gives them a spoiler. And, I mean, poor little geeky dude. He has glasses on. I mean, this roly-poly motherfucker. The only information that he has that is worth a goddamn is what he knows about the end of Endgame. He told this dude, and this dude just fucking busted him in his face. He's like, "What's up with all those spoilers, man? Why are you telling me all the spoilers?" Hey, you know what? If you don't see shit the first day, then you should really stay off social media in general.
Right. Well, spoiler alert. Don't get punched in the face for spoiling movies. That's all I'm going to say. Next up, in local news, we have catastrophe up north. A construction crane in Seattle fell over during a windstorm into Seattle traffic, and it killed 4 people. Who in the fuck left their crane out? It's like kids leaving Legos on the floor. You know that shit hurts.
I don't know if you know how cranes work, but you don't just take them home every day. You know what I'm saying?
They don't just fold up and put them in your pocket.
I mean, they are mounted to the building. I mean,
It was mounted to the building?
It's a crane.
I didn't know they mount to buildings. I don't even know how they get cranes on site. I'm imagining a semi-truck.
There's a crane delivery service.
Wow. Why do you know that?
I just made that shit up. I mean, I don't know. Hey, no. You know what? That's a shitty fucking story. We're having a light fucking Sunday, and you want to go talk about cranes. I'm just talking about beating up.
Beating up school children.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. Hey, our condolences to the family of the people that were hurt in that incident, and I think we're going to move on to our next thing.
Last but not least, now that's news, and you are not going to believe this, but you should. You should, definitely, because we are going to give you a hot tip on what not to do with your internet passwords. Because the most commonly hacked passwords by far have been revealed in data breaches are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People still use that?
You're fucking dumb if you fucking use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least do even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8.
What if I use an animal name?
Well, they say there are 23 million accounts with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the password. I mean, that's a total fail.
Oh my God, I will fuck you up, Angela.
Now, there's also 3 million people that are just using 111111, and people were using words like "I love you," "monkey," "dragon." Somebody even used MySpace 1. And then there's let's see, there's about 300,000 users that have Blink-182 as their password. So, hey, come up with a new password. I mean, if we had we're like one of those YouTube videos, we had like a password sponsor, that'd be so awesome. Be like, yeah. But hey, shout out to Fortress Property Management. We mentioned you early in the episode. Give us a couple more bucks.
Yeah, and don't use unsecure passwords, Fortress. Your name is Fortress. It's in the name.
Yeah, if you want to be secure in your shit and your living situation, call Fortress Property Management right now. Right now. Right now.
And that's this week's 5 Minutes of Funk right here on the Hype Podcast.
Five.
Right now!
Give them that Fortress Property Management phone number real quick since you're going off with it.
I don't even fucking know.
It's 503-752-8519. That's Fortress Property Management, the only property management company that uses secure passwords. Guaranteed, you heard it
That's
here
a lie. But call them right now.
No, speaking of lies, well, I mean, these ones aren't exactly lies, but I'm going to get into the 5 myths of standard police traffic stops, because there was an incident that happened to me last week that I learned a lot from. I didn't get into any trouble, but I just learned a lot, and I feel like we should pass this information along to you so you are well aware of what your rights are during a traffic stop. Number 1,
you have none.
If you are, yeah, basically you have none. Those are the 5. Nowadays, that's pretty sad because that's pretty close to accurate. If you have a police interaction, you might as well just bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. Number 1, first and foremost, you do have to show ID. If you're driving a vehicle, you have to have ID and present it to the officer when asked. And if you're a passenger in a vehicle, you have to present ID as well if you're asked.
Especially if you looks like your name is Juan. Or if you got any, I'm just gonna let you know, because I was just in LA, and I'm gonna let you know, if you have any sort of facial tattoos that look like teardrops, yeah, I'm gonna ask for some fucking ID, buddy. Just saying.
Number 2, if you are asked to step out of the vehicle and you refuse, they can help you step out of the vehicle lawfully. So it is not illegal for them to politely help you out of your vehicle, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, a vehicle is a public place. I mean, the acts we commit in public places. But
So,
no,
yes, if
I
you're asked to
mean,
step out of
because
the vehicle, do comply.
because it's not like you're in your home.
That is true.
I mean, like in your home, you know, they have to ask you to step out and stuff like that. And if it's if it's a vampire, just to let you know, you have to invite them in. Just a lot. I watched a lot of True Blood.
Well, a lot of people misconstrue this fact because you can be arrested for refusing to step out of the vehicle. If they have to forcibly remove you, they can arrest you for non-compliance of a law enforcement officer's command. Now, I understand this is not communist Russia, and nor should it be. But apparently
you
that is
weren't
legal.
there. You don't even know what communist Russia was like. You weren't even fucking there.
Neither were you. I'm just going based on of what I've seen in the Mission Impossible movies.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm cool. You know what? Whatever the fuck you need, bro. Hey, let's just make that happen. I'm not. I have no privilege to offer. You want me to step out the car? Step out the fucking car. I mean, I definitely even snitched on myself. I was just like, fuck it. Yeah, there's about a fingernail worth of weed in a little bag in the center console. I mean, shit. I mean, why even make it a fucking problem? I mean, because these motherfuckers, they're not gonna. These hoes ain't gonna leave me alone.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. So people often misconstrue this fact as well, that if they bring a K9 unit to sniff out the drugs in your vehicle, as it were, they're not infringing upon your rights. They're simply walking the dog, as it were, because outside and around your vehicle is public property. And if that dog gives them pause to search your vehicle, there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm like, that ain't goddamn Scooby-Doo. What the fuck? You don't know what the fuck's going on in my car. I mean, they're only going to bring the dog when you don't actually have drugs.
No, that's true. I had an incident last week where, and the reason I brought up the communist Russia thing is because these men demanded my papers, and I said, papers? The fuck you talking about? They asked me.
He's like, hey,
they asked
I'm
me for
white.
my freight information. Yeah. I was like, I'm white as fuck. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to, whitey.
Thought you guys had a code or a handshake where you go, yeah, I'm white too.
Yeah. It's called Hail Hydra from the Avenger movies.
No, I mean,
I
guess that is the same as going, hey, I'm white too, and I'm not a Jew. All right, we're good.
He's like, I'm white too and not a Jew.
Hey, the race. That's one thing about racist white guys. They can hate white guys too. That's really unique. That's unique to your species. You're like, dude, we're gonna find something fucked up about these white guys to hate on them too. No, I mean, because we can't put all our hate in the darkies. We gotta diversify. Go ahead.
And one more fact that I found very interesting is a lot of people believe that DUI checkpoints in the continental United States are unlawful. That is not the case. If there's a DUI checkpoint set up on a highway or on a neighborhood street, things of that nature, that is perfectly legal, according to this article that I found.
Yeah, and it's totally illegal to try and get around it.
Well, and that's interesting that you say that. That is a very interesting fact, because if you evade or dodge a DUI checkpoint, they can pursue you. Even if you turn a block early, or if you turn a couple blocks early, you get that text message from Oh So Fresh while you're driving saying, "Hey, on 2nd and Grand, there's a DUI checkpoint," and you bail a couple blocks early, they can track you down and pull you over.
See, I'm not for sure who you is, but if you're evading a DUI checkpoint, there's a good chance you are drunk. So maybe you should reconsider your fucking life choices. Just saying. I mean, because really, I mean, you're drunk. I mean, shit. Even if you got suspended, well, if you got suspended license, that'd be another reason too. Haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, and you got bad tags. They'll let you through. They don't want to hold up the line.
Well, simple things, right? Like running a stop sign. Now, there's a few caveats to these DUI checkpoints.
Caveats?
And caveats, yes, the white people words. Stay with me here.
That was caveat.
If if you, it's caveat if you're an asshole. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go. It's caveat if you're a normal person. So at these DUI checkpoints, there are stop signs. If you roll through that checkpoint and do not come to a complete stop, they can cite you for running a stop sign. If you roll through this DUI checkpoint going over the speed that is specified, they can also cite you for speeding.
Well, isn't the speed at a DUI checkpoint 0 because you have to stop because this is a DUI checkpoint?
That is correct. That is correct.
So if you
that is correct. However,
if you do not hit,
when you roll up to the checkpoint, if it's 5 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour up to that stop sign, you have to accommodate those guidelines as well, whether or not the speed on that road is anything less.
How fast do you drive when you're pulling up to the cops? I'm not going to get a ticket for fucking speeding, pulling towards police officers. That's just not how it works. I don't know where you live with shit. The last thing you're going to catch my ass for is pulling up to a DUI checkpoint too fast.
He's like Ace Ventura, just come in 90 miles an hour, e-brake, slide into a parking spot, and be like, "What up? I'm here."
Nah, I that's not a problem for me. So you can take that one off the books. That's a law for somebody else.
Well,
it'd be like get pulled over and be like, "No, I didn't break that law. Nah, not that law.
Yeah, that is not the law I broke, sir. No, you're like, I'm way too drunk to speed at this checkpoint, dude. I am not that dumb.
No. If swerving's not against the law. See, so I can swerve all the way up to the checkpoint. Swerving, unless you know something different, I mean, swerving is not against the law, at least in my opinion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we are telling you this is because you should know your rights during a traffic stop or lack thereof. It will keep you out of trouble and in compliance with law enforcement, which unfortunately nowadays, keeping you out of trouble is you kind of just have to do what the fuck they say.
And I recommend that if you do have white privilege, you use that to keep yourself safe. I mean, you know,
I tried that last week. It didn't work.
I'm not like a pro white privilege guy, but you know, hey, if that's the difference between you getting a DUI and going home, use to shout that white privilege. Hell yeah.
I wonder if that's sustainable in a court of law. Your Honor, I would like to invoke my white privilege.
I think so.
It may very well be.
I would look I would stand up in the court of law and look up at the jury like, hey, using my white privilege right now. I don't know if it's like cards. I mean, like, because we got race cards, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, how much of that you get to use all the time.
We actually call that your getting out of being black free card.
That's horrible. Put this motherfucker in jail for that one.
Hey, Fresh, before we get out of here today, what did you learn today?
You know, that I learned that another orange juice tale happened this week. That orange juice does not expire exactly on the day of that it says expired. Now, if I get sick and die, you know that expiration dates are fucking real, and you be aware of that, kids. But up to this point, orange juice that expired 5 days ago is doing just fine. And that's what I learned this week, that vitamin C is timeless.
I like that, and I'm glad to hear that, because orange juice actually sounds delicious right now.
Hell yeah, that's the nectar of the gods.
Let me tell you what I learned this week. I learned two things, actually. I learned that white privilege is not really a thing if you're acting black. And I learned that you can get punched in the face in a movie theater for ruining movies that have just come out. So don't ruin movies, people, Larry.
Yeah, because you're totally at the movie theater. Like,
Oh my god, I will fuck you up, Angela.
so,
Hold up. Wait.
Oh, so you already know, so it's about that time to go. This is the Hype Podcast. I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we're kicking it with you every single week right here on the Hype.
No, we're not. That's lies. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
for the second time in one show, ladies and gentlemen, Fortress Property Management.
All right, I don't know. What is their like the rating of the Better Business Bureau was like? No, they're a great company. Fucking with you.
Check them out at fortresspropertymgmt.com for all your property management needs, or hit them up 503-752-8519 and tell them the Hype Podcast sent you over.
It's time to go.
Yeah, tell them that we sent you over. And you know what? Even use our code HYPE when you call them. Say I heard. Why don't you say?
Don't tell them your name. Just say hype. Just whisper it. Whisper it in their ear.
Just call and hang. Just call, say hype, and hang up. Please don't, because this is the only way we keep the lights on at the Hype Podcast. So please rent something from them. I mean, I don't know. Please.
Please.
This might be our last show. Please. Hey, anyway, if you do call, you say that you heard about it from Diesel Fresh.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. They said not to be Diesel Fresh no more. Ha ha. Yeah. Joke's on you, Jack. Joke's on you. Diesel Fresh has returned. No. Anyway, we're out of here. It's the Hype Podcast.